Shall we test your IELTS vocabulary skills? I've put together 12 questions to help you see how well you use vocabulary in typical IELTS situations and how examiners assess it to determine your band score. Keep count of how many questions you answer correctly. Let's start with the recent speaking topic, receiving advice. There is one classic mistake. Can you avoid it? Fill in the blank in the sentence below. I received from my mentor. A. An advice. B. Advices. C. Piece of advice. D. A piece of advice. Advice is an uncountable noun, so it cannot be used with an indefinite article an or in plural form. Saying advices is wrong. The correct answer is D, a piece of advice. We could also just say advice if we had this option. The next topic and common mistake is about our memory. Filling in the blank with the correct verb. I forgot my dad's birthday and my sister didn't me. Remember, remind, recall, refresh. It's easy to get confused between the first two options. The first, remember, means to recall something yourself. I remember my dad's birthday now. But remind is used in a question when someone else helps us to recall the information. So the answer is B. Now, I want to test your knowledge of a very special part of English language, phrasal verbs. Can you get them right? Complete this sentence with the correct verb. Everyone in the family says I, my grandmother. The same face, height, everything. Take after. B, look after. C, seem like. D, look like. Take after means to share the same personality features. As in, he takes after his father. They're both very stubborn. If we physically resemble someone else, we say we look like that person. So the answer is D. And the other options? Well, look after is the same as take care of. And seem like means to appear like. Next. Find the correct phrasal verb to fill in the blank below. I don't want to, but I really think that film is a waste of time and money. A. Put you down. B. Put you off. C. Put you out. D. Put you up. I know phrasal verbs can be hard to memorize, and it's probably best to learn them in context. In other words, it's not a good idea to try and learn many phrasal verbs that all start with put at the same time. And the answer is B, put you off. It means to tell someone that something or someone is not nice or not a good idea. We can also use it to react negatively to something. For example, I wanted to read Harry Potter, but when I saw that the book was 800 pages long, it put me off. Phrasal verbs are more common in informal spoken English, and a more formal verb we could use in writing. Take your choice. Deter, dishearten, discourage, dissuade. Now, let's see if you really know the meaning of these verbs. Which verb does not mean the same as turn down in the sentence below? You should never turn down a good job offer when it comes your way. A. Reject. B. Refuse. C. Deny. D. Decline. The three verbs that have a meaning similar to turn down are reject, refuse, and decline. They all mean to say no to something, whereas deny means to say that something is not true. The answer is C. Have you noticed the idiomatic expression come your way? It means be offered or become available, and it's informal. That's why we're more likely to use it in IELTS speaking and not in writing. Let's stick with idioms for a moment. Here is a typical IELTS speaking part 1 question. All the possible answers are idioms. Choose the correct idiom to fill in the blank below. Which subjects at school did you find most challenging? I definitely say physics. I just didn't get it. And A. It slipped through my fingers. B. My heart wasn't in it. C. It was way over my head. D. I was up to my neck in it. All these idioms include parts of the body. So which one means I didn't get it? Let's have a look. It slipped through my fingers. It means I missed an opportunity or something valuable was lost. My heart wasn't in it. It means I wasn't fully committed or I wasn't interested in doing something. It was way over my head. It means it was too difficult for me to understand. So that's our answer, C. And the last one, I was up to my neck in it. It means I was extremely busy or I was deeply involved in a difficult situation. You can use idioms in your speaking test, but you don't have to. What really matters is using idiomatic language, such as a drop in the ocean, one step at a time, first and foremost, turn down. Yes, many phrasal verbs are idiomatic. Our next question is about those words and phrases that join our thoughts together. In IELTS, they come under the coherence and cohesion category. The connection here between the words, the meaning, and also the grammar is so important. So, which connector completes the sentence? The benefits of AI. Many people worry that their jobs will be lost. A. Although. B. However. C. Despite. D. Since. The sentence shows the contrast between the positives, the benefits of AI, and the negatives, the worries about jobs. So we need a connector that shows a contrast. The last one, since, doesn't work. It means the same as because and is used to give a reason. The other three connectors all show contrast, but only one of them works grammatically, and that's despite. Despite is used with noun phrases. There is no verb at all, like despite the benefits of AI, there is no verb. If we wanted to use although, we'd rephrase the sentence like this. Although AI offers numerous benefits, some people worry that jobs will be lost. And however usually shows the contrast between two sentences. So in the next sentence, we could say, however, others believe it will also create new opportunities. Pay attention to your connectors. The examiner will definitely notice any errors immediately. Now, let's think about how important it is in IELTS to vary our vocabulary to show the examiner that our lexical resource is wide and also precise, because we know the exact word or expression to use. So let's try this one first. Choose the best word to replace great in the sentence below. She finally received an award for all the great work she has done in her field throughout her long career. Awesome, good, outstanding, or positive. All four adjectives are possible? Yes, maybe, but this definitely looks like something written, not spoken, and quite formal too. Good and positive have similar meaning but not so precise in this context. And awesome, very popular in spoken English, but it looks out of place in this example. That's why the best answer is outstanding. It's more precise. When something is outstanding, it's clearly among the best or even better than the rest. So let's try another one. Fill in the blank with the correct word. I see AI as a to the future of many jobs, such as translating and script writing, for example. A. Threat. B. Menace. C. Nuisance. D. Both A and B are correct. I'm going for option D. Threat and menace are the best choices here. They're very similar and they both mean something or someone that represents a danger to something else or someone else. The other option, nuisance, means something that causes irritation or inconvenience. For example, spam emails are such a nuisance. Another aspect of your vocabulary that examiners assess is collocations, or frequent combinations of words, words that go together. Which verb cannot be used to fill in the blank below? We should our ties with all mining companies that harm the environment. A. Cut. B. Sever. C. Stop. D. End. We can say end our ties, cut ties, or formally sever ties. Sever means to cut completely. So the odd one out is C. Stop. We could say something like stop all connections or stop all dealings, but not ties. When you are learning new words in English, it's best to learn some phrases with those words, some collocations to use them correctly. Now, let's change our focus a little. The last 2 or 3 examples all look more like examples of written English, which of course is more formal than spoken English. But in this speaking test, how informal can you be? Take a look at this. How many mistakes can you find in this answer? Is it a good place for young people to live? Yes, there is like totally hectic places to hang out with your friends. Friday and Saturday are the most lively days. So, there are no mistakes. Or B, 1, 2, C, D, 3 mistakes. What do you think? Here I counted 3 mistakes if we want to sound perfectly correct when we speak. The first is there is places. It should be there are places. Even native speakers sometimes say this because when you're saying there is, you're still thinking about the rest. And sometimes it's becoming a habit. And you can hear it in some movies too. But in your speaking test, try to use standard English. Next, like. You don't need it here. I know some people use like a lot, like it's totally awesome. But again, that's not standard English. Totally hectic is again slang used by young people to say something is busy in a fun way, but I'd say it's acceptable. The next one is definitely not. The most lively days. We should say the liveliest days. Examiners do notice mistakes and they expect that most of your sentences will be error-free for Band 7. But some mistakes will happen, and it's more important to communicate in English than to try and avoid any mistakes. Here is another tricky sentence. Let's see if you can get it right. Fill in the blanks with the most appropriate words. I've always been very close to my younger. She's just 2 years younger than me, but we've never felt any kind of rivalry like some others seem to. A. Sister, sibling. B. Sibling, sister. C. Sibling, sibling. D. Sister, sister. That's an interesting one. A sibling is a brother or sister. This is a formal word, so in the first instance, I've been very close to my sister sounds way more natural. In the second instance, sibling rivalry is a common collocation meaning competition between brothers and sisters. We could use sister rivalry, but it's better not to repeat the same word sister twice when we can easily substitute it. That's why the best answer is A. So, how many questions out of 12 could you answer correctly? Let me know in the comments. And any other areas of vocabulary or grammar you'd like to see a quiz for? Let me know. And if you're up for a real challenge, here's a test to assess your IELTS vocabulary and grammar level in 40 questions. And thank you so much for watching me today. Good luck with your preparation and your exam. Bye!